Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are playing with some new makeup, some new things that I picked up, some things that I got in my BoxyCharm subscription boxes, and a Trend Nude box. When I received them, I wasn't really sure what was going to be in the boxes, and I didn't feel like doing a tutorial. So I got all those items as well as some things that were already in my collection, got this full face of makeup. So if you're new here, hit the subscribe button down below, hit the bell for notifications of new videos, and if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. But if you want to see the products that I used to get this look, just keep watching. Okay, you guys, so some of the new products I have, I know I've talked about the Too Faced winter release. This is the Christmas in London. Besides the eyeshadow palette and like face products that are in here, there's also a mascara, but the packaging is so cute. And the mascara that's in here is the Better Than Sex mascara, which is one of their best sellers. I have a couple of the little trial sizes, so I'll look for those because I'd rather use them up before I use a brand new tube of it. Okay, and then this packaging, just as cute as the box it came in. And when you open it up, you have all these beautiful eyeshadows as well as 4 different blushes. One of them kind of has like a shimmer to it, and then the other 3 are matte. So I think you get a good selection of blushes and then some really pretty eyeshadow shades. There are some shimmer shades in here, so let's go ahead and swatch a couple of them. Okay, so this first shade is Too Faced at Carnaby. The second shade is Figgy Pudding. This third shade is Father Christmas. And then this last one, the champagne shade, is Boxing Day. I like Too Faced shimmers. These ones are really subtle. I feel like this one right here is really pretty for an inner corner highlight. And then this one for like a very neutral brown eye look. But I think you have, I'm not gonna say pops of color, but you have a lot of like neutral shades with some darker tones to just deepen it up a little bit. Okay, you guys, so I think I wanna go a little bit darker with my eye look. So I'm gonna start with this lighter brown shade right here, and then this darker brown shade that looks like it has some like reddish undertones. And then also in the outer V with that same shade. And it's looking like it's more gray than brown. Now I'm gonna go into this darker purpley brown shade. It's very interesting. And I'm just gonna go into my more like pacted smudge brush. This shade is interesting in the pan because it looks like it has like purple undertones, but then it's got like more like brownish black tones to it. I don't know. But this eyeshadow palette is available on toofaced.com, and then I know that, I think I saw it at Ulta as well as Sephora. But I know I purchased it off the Too Faced website. Nothing too crazy today. Now I want to go into this shade right here. That was that Boxing Day shade. And I'm just going to take it on my finger. I do have something that I want to put as a topper. And I think that I need an eyeshadow down first so I can try it out. Okay, now part of the Trend Mood box that came out, there were 2 things from, what is this, Danessa Myricks. So there were 2 different ones. I don't necessarily want to play with the green, but I do want to play with this one, which is Twin Flames in the shade Everlasting. You guys, this looks so pretty. Oh, it's got a little wand, and it looks like it is iridescent. Oh, it looks like it's got some gold to it. So I placed it on. I'm just gonna pat it out with my finger and see how it blends. It is very creamy. I don't know how it dries down. And then I'm just gonna get a flat brush to kind of like finesse it in the crease. And I'm just gonna kind of keep my eye like this to see how it dries down, because I know that when I look up, if it's not dry, it may like crease. So I just wanna see how that works out. Let me let that dry and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I do wanna go ahead and swatch this as well because it is really pretty. This is in the shade Laser Beam. I know I'm wearing green, but like green's not the vibe that I have for today. Okay, you guys, that is stunning. Oh, it feels very interesting. It's like a jelly consistency. I'm gonna go ahead and that is so pretty. It's green, but then has like shifts of pink to blue. Like, can you see that? Is it picking up? That is stunning, you guys. I'm excited to try this out next time. I don't know that I necessarily want to use it today. I just now have glitter like all over my hands. It does not want to come off with a makeup wipe. Okay, now I did say in my BoxyCharm unboxing that I was gonna use some of the new products that I got between Trend Mood boxes and BoxyCharm and ipsy. So that's what we're kind of gonna play with today. Now, there was that foundation from KVD that I got and I wasn't feeling it. It just wasn't the right shade. I'm at least gonna start out with the Laura Geller Spackle Skin Perfecting Primer. This is Hydrate for moisturizing and replenishing. So now, I don't necessarily like trying new primers with foundation, so it worked out that the shade for the KVD foundation wasn't the right shade because I'm gonna use a foundation and powder that I know works for me. Okay, so it's just kind of like a white cream. I don't know how much I need, so I'm just gonna start with that much right now. It doesn't have a scent, which is nice. Yeah, it's just kind of a thick consistency. It feels nice, and I'll be honest right now, because it's starting to cool off here, my skin is getting a little bit drier like it used to in Chicago. I'm just gonna grab a little bit more for my forehead. So some of the primers that I've been using for like mattifying or just to kind of control my T-zone, they're not really my favorites right now because they just don't have what I need for the weather. Okay, so tried that out. We'll see how it works. So it didn't claim to minimize pores or smooth anything out, so I am gonna go into my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I've been using this a lot in place of my Tarte Timeless. And then the products that I've used before that you guys are used to seeing, I'm gonna speed through that, not really talk through the process because, I mean, they're the same products. But I am gonna use the CoverGirl Outlast Extreme Wear 3-in-1 Foundation. This one is good for 24 hours. It's one of my favorites. For concealer, I'm gonna use my Hourglass Vanish Concealer in Silk. And then for powder, this I also got in my ipsy. This is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder in Sugar Cookie. So when my foundation is a little bit darker, this is nice because it'll tone down the color, which this is my summer shade right now. Okay, and then for concealer, I've still been using that sponge from the ColourPop and Nightmare Before Christmas collection. And then going into my Huda Beauty powder, just pat it down. Okay, now to finish the under eyes so we can focus on the rest of the face. I think I'm gonna just stick with these two shades that I used earlier and just kind of trail them underneath, deepen up that outer V a little bit from that shade that we put on from Danessa Myricks, and that'll be the eye. And then into that darker shade. I'm gonna go back into the smudger just to deepen up that outer V. I like it better now that it's smoked up a little bit more. I'm gonna quickly go into contour just because I don't have anything new. I'm just gonna use my 𝐬𝐃𝐄𝐄, the sculpting powder in medium. Now for bronzer. This came in one of my boxes. I couldn't tell you which one, I don't remember. This is the LYS No Limit Matte Bronzer in Harmony, which is the medium shade. I'm excited to try this out. I know that there was a big release for the brand itself on Sephora, but I never picked anything up. I may have picked up too much on that one. I mean, it's not bad. It's a decent shade. I prefer powder bronzers over like stick bronzers and stuff like that. So this is nice. And it's not like a super dark shade. So I like it. It's not skipping, it's not patchy. It just seems to be going on seamlessly, which is nice. Now, for cheeks, I know that there are some blushes in this palette right here, and I will play with them at some later date. But I am really excited because I didn't even know this was releasing, and then I got an email and I was like, what? So I have the Laura Lee Blush Aesthetic Face Palette, you guys. So I'm really excited to try this out because I love Laura Lee eyeshadows. I have all of her eyeshadow palettes with the exception of some of them because I think there was like a neon one and I was just like, that's not really my vibe. These, especially like this peach one right here, maybe these two mixed together because I think this is a little too cool for me. But I feel like there's some great colors in here. And then this shade right here looks like it could be a bronzer or like, not a bronzer, a highlighter. So I'm interested to try that out too. Okay, so I'm gonna go into this shade right here, Peach Fizz. It's just speaking to my heartstrings. I just dipped in slightly. Okay, it's building nice. I did dip in a couple times, so it is a little like hard pressed, which I'm not mad at. Sometimes I would rather be able to just blend, like dip in, build it up, vice dip in and all of a sudden it's just too much and I can't like undo it. Because I have definitely done that before and then tried to backpedal and it doesn't always work. I like it. I like it. It's got that subtle color. It's a peachy shade that I really gravitate towards. And then whatever is left on my brush. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. Inner corner highlight. You guys, you should have reminded me. I say that, I'm joking. Okay, so for this eye look, I think I'm gonna go into Too Faced at Carnaby. It looks like it's pink. I know when I swatched it earlier, it looked like it was white, so. Yeah, it's coming off as like white with a hint towards pink. We'll hit the brow bone real quick. Okay, so now for highlighter, I'm gonna try this shade right here, which is Golden Haze. You guys, I don't feel like there's anything there. I don't know if it's really like a highlighter. Maybe it's like a blush topper. I'm just gonna hit where I would with a regular highlighter and then actually go use one of my favorites. The blush is pretty. I don't know what I don't know. We're gonna go back into the Ophir and Steph Tom's collab. This is Milk and Cookies. That is a highlighter. For the eyebrows, before I go and do some eyeliner and mascara, I just like to fluff them up, use my Nude Sticks gel, let them set into place, and then while I do my eyeliner and everything else, it can dry down, and then I can fill in with my brow pencil. Because then I already have an idea of my layout. And see, they need to be tinted again. Okay, so for my eyeliner, in the waterline, I'm gonna use the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner. This is in the shade Swerve. And then for my liquid eyeliner, I'm gonna use the Too Faced Better Than Sex liquid eyeliner. And then of course we have the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I'm gonna go find a tube that I already had open, and we will save this for when I need another tube of it. I'm gonna go do that as well as my eyebrows, and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I'm back, and this is the final look. For my eyebrows, I did just use the Billion Dollar Brows Universal Brow Pencil. I got this in a box at some point, and I think I used it once before, and I wasn't a fan of it, but I wanted to try it again today. So I found it while I was unpacking some of the makeup that I had in storage tubs. I mean, it's not too bad. It's super creamy, which is why I didn't like it the first time I tried it. If you use a light hand and you finesse it properly, like, it's not that bad. So I'm gonna play around with this some more and see, like, maybe I can get them a little bit like less blocky. I feel like on this eyebrow, I figured it out, but I had already done this eyebrow, so I had to match it. But that's what I use for my eyebrows. And then for lips, I just did the Joa Airlight. This is in the shade Cloud 9, which is my favorite. It's a very neutral pink shade. It's super affordable. I wanna say it's at like CVS. But it feels great on the lips, and it's my go-to shade lately. Now, let's recap on some of the things that we used. So for the eyeshadow palette, I just did the Too Faced Christmas in London eyeshadow palette, which also has blushes in here. I didn't use them only because I had the blush aesthetic palette from Laura Lee. The eyeshadows, I feel like I have them already in my collection. The palette itself is really cute. I do like that you have the blushes, so if you're trying to travel with something, you have a little bit of something in here for like what you're trying to use. Now, the Laura Lee blush aesthetic palette, the blushes are really pretty. I didn't swatch all of them. I just used this one. I did try to use this, and I'm not really sure what it is, so maybe I need to like look online. I thought it might be a highlighter. It didn't work like a highlighter. Maybe it's just a blush topper. I don't know. But I'm interested to see how the rest of them perform, which ones are my favorites, but you know, I gravitate towards the peachy shades. So that's what I have on my cheeks. You guys, let me know. Are you gonna pick this up? Were you expecting a blush palette from Laura Lee? But I'm excited to try it out some more. The bronzer from LYS. First off, the packaging, can we talk about the fact that it literally has all my fingerprints on it? I don't know that I like that. And then this bronzer, I think it turned out fine. It's good shade for the winter for me. It's not too warm, it's not too cool. And I feel like even though it's a medium shade, it went well on my skin tone. So I'll try it out. I do like that it didn't skip and it just buffed in nicely and blended out. So there's that. And then the Danessa Myricks, this topper is super pretty. I really like this. I do want to play around with this one now too, especially after I swatched it. It is so beautiful. I just wasn't feeling green today. Now the shift to pink was really pretty. So I'm excited to try these out. I got these in the Trend Mood box. If you go on her website, they have been sold out. So those are exciting. Try them out. I might want to get some more shades in this. They were a lot of fun. And then everything else that I used was something that was already in my collection, hasn't been added new. The Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, the eyeliners. They're some of my tried and trues, and I really enjoy using them. But you guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications of new videos. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Until my next video, bye you guys. I'll see you in the next one.